Hi everybody, this is Courtney here with BMW Gallery. I'm here with Brendan. Say hi.
Hi.
Tiff is usually here, but she is currently snowed in, so I'm filling in for her today. Today we're here with Brendan. We're going over the Park Assist in the 5 Series. It's kind of hard to see with the sun glare, but that's what it looks like on your screen. We're currently parked. We just practiced it a couple times, and today we're going to show you what it's like. So, Brandon, can you tell us a little bit more about the Park Assist capabilities?
So the new 5 Series, the Park Assist features that it offers, as well as a couple of our other models, but this is the most updated one. So it has the 360 view cameras, front and rear sonar system, as well as side sonar. So when you're driving by parking spots at under 20 miles an hour-ish, it's detecting all the empty spots, either whether it's parallel parking or perpendicular. And it figures out where the car is going to fit for you. And when it does find a spot, it tells you to please stop, activate your turn signal, and then press and hold the button and let go of the brake and the steering wheel, and it does everything for itself after that.
Okay.
Part of that, though, is all the cameras that we have here in the monitoring system. So there's auto view camera, there's forward view, which gives you a 3D image of the front of the car, and you can actually go through every single camera and 100% view around you the vehicles, which is a really awesome feature to be able to show off to all your friends. It even has something, part of this 360 camera system, for car washes, so that when you pull into the car wash, you can actually see where the wheels are going to line up with the track to pull you through. However, I wouldn't recommend having one of those car washes on your new BMW. Get it detailed.
Now, why would you recommend that, especially in wintertime?
Especially in wintertime, you have salt buildup on your vehicle, and when you go through the car wash, especially ones that actually touch the car, it can cause damage to the paint and make it not look as pretty.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, so I think we're all here to see what this thing can do. Do you want to show us what it does?
Absolutely. So we're going to pull out of our parking spot, just go around. We're on the BMW lot right now.
Yeah, so you'll get a little behind the scenes view of what we actually have in the back of our dealership.
Yeah, so we're just kind of out back right now in our service parking area, because there's a bunch of cars out here, so I figured it would be a good environment to try and park a car.
So, yeah, so just a little behind the scenes. This is where all of our service cars get parked once they're done being serviced or in the process of being serviced. It's kind of cool. You get to see all the new and old BMWs that we have around here. Alright. So. Now, when is the best time to use Park Assist? Do you recommend different times to use them, or is it,
Sometimes you may just not feel comfortable with parking it yourself. You're a little bit tired, or you're just not good at parking, which
I can vouch for that.
There's a lot of people out there that can't park.
Me. That's me.
So then this car would be perfect for you.
Yes.
Also, if you just, again, want to show off to your friends your new car and its cool new features.
Why not? Hey, if you go to BMW, you might as well show this off, right?
They're beautiful especially cars. Since it takes the guesswork out of saying, oh, I don't know if I'm going to fit in that parallel spot or not.
Yeah.
This will tell you. Alright, so I'm going to activate it now. All I have to do is press the button down here, the park distance control button. So I just do a single press, and it's going to bring the camera system up here with the sonar sensors, and it's going to check out what spots are available to me and where I can fit. As I drive by, it should tell me a spot when I fit in one, just like that, and then I put my right turn signal on, because that's where I like to park. It gives you a warning letting you know that you are responsible for anything that happens if, God forbid, you back into someone. And then it tells me to take my hands off the wheel, and I just press and hold the park distance control button, and then it's going to do everything on its own from there. So I'm not doing anything. This does freak me the hell out, but, it can still manage. It's seeing the other car in the spot on the camera. It's not going to let me hit it, though.
So as you can see, the wheel is turning all by itself. So do you have to, we have a question here. It says, do you have to drastically lower your speed to use Park Assist?
No, it's anything under 27 miles an hour, it's going to detect spots for you. So as long as you're traveling under about 30, it's going to figure it out for itself. And just like that, I'm in the spot. It straightens the wheel out for me, and it puts it in park automatically.
And I can vouch that we are between the lines, because although it's super faded, the line is right there. So This is a very effective.
And you can also see on the 360 camera that we are perfectly in the spot, and we have car on either side of us.
All right. Car. So we didn't crash into anything. We didn't hit anything. What do you recommend for people who might have control issues with the technology in their car? Is there anything you can do to help mentally prepare them for technology like this?
Try it in a parking lot like we just did, and pay close attention to the way that the car is acting. You know, it's pretty advanced technology, but it's not perfection. It's not a Tesla. It's still a BMW, although the BMW is pretty great at it now too. Just be mindful of what's around you. Make sure that you're not inconveniencing anybody, and don't be afraid to hit the brakes. The car will abruptly stop itself and apply the emergency brake if it thinks it is going to hit something. But if you tap the brakes a couple of times just because you're concerned that it might be backing into something too quickly, it's not going to disrupt the parking system. It's going to just continue again after you're done applying the brakes.
So I know it's a little hard for us to do it in this parking lot, but so how does it work with parallel parking? I know we might not be able to show it here, but is it the similar process?
It is an extremely similar process. So if you're driving down the street, again, it's monitoring the parking spaces, and it actually will tell you what kind of space is available for you to park there. If it sometimes is a little bit confused, it might even ask you what type of parking spot you want it. So it'll say parallel or perpendicular, it'll ask you. So you can select parallel, and it's instantly going to know what it needs to do to park. When you're driving by cars, it monitors the length from the rear bumper to the front, as well as just the width of the car for perpendicular parking in a regular spot.
All right. Do we want to do this one more time for people who may have joined a little bit late and
Yeah.
see what happens with it?
We can absolutely give it another shot. So I'm just going to pull back out of the parking spot and make another lap around the parking lot to the same spot.
Another lap. Here we have all the pretty BMWs. Some are covered in snow. For those of you who might not know, we actually have quite a production with our snow, especially when there's snowstorms. Everybody, all hands on deck, making sure everything's all cleaned, everything's all clear, because we want to make sure that you have the best experience here at BMW. So
What's actually really awesome that most dealerships don't get to say that they have, every single one of our service cars, so if your car's in for service and it snows, it gets parked indoors. We actually park every single one of our cars inside the building, so it never gets touched by the snow.
we want to make sure that you guys have the wonderful experience here at BMW Gallery. So we know what it's like in the snow. We don't like it just as much as you do, but we're here to make it much more bearable. All right. So one more lap. We found our sweet spot. We like the spot. We've tested it out a couple times. We're definitely going to go back to that same one. We're almost there. All right.
So again, all I've done is activate the park distance control system just by the button right here. I'm just going to cruise by a bunch of cars.
Cruising.
What's really awesome about this spot actually is there is actually some debris, and it's still finding the spot to be just fine for parking. Again, it's giving me a warning, letting me know that I'm responsible for anything that happens, and it's telling me to take my hands off the steering wheel, hold down the park distance control button, and take my foot off the brake, and don't touch the steering wheel.
Foot off the brake. Wheel moving.
Which I'm a control freak, so it freaks me out a little bit.
But we just said, you know, if for people who might have that issue with the control of the car, practice first. Practice makes perfect, as always.
And it will definitely make you nervous, because it will get pretty close to other cars.
Yes, it will. But clearly, we have not had an issue with it the whole time. It's doing its job. It's getting us parked. Especially for a person like me who only successfully backed into a spot once, you know, on her driver's test. This is really helpful.
And that's it.
And that's it. We are parked.
It finds the rear line of the end of the parking space and matches the car up to it, and we're perfectly in line.
So does anybody have any questions for Brandon or myself? We demonstrated it a couple times. All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, do you have any last words before we sign off?
Come in for a test drive. We'll try it out together.
All right. Just be sure to follow us on Instagram. Brandon is our Instagram official person, so he posts all these cool pictures. We also have a YouTube, and follow us on Twitter as well. So have a great day, everybody.